this is Des from Aro-Tarot, and you know what's a great thing? A great thing is when there just happens to be a tag, and you were literally going to film that video. So, you get to join in on the tag, and also film the video that you were going to film anyway. So basically, I wanted to actually show off, what I have so far collection-wise. And then, Simon from Two Spirit did the, tarot shelf tag, showing off all of the beautiful decks that, he has. And so I decided to, go ahead and join in on the tag. I mean, I was gonna film a video like this anyway. I'm just, changing it a little bit around and hopefully make the video a lot shorter than what I was probably gonna end up making because, ooh, sometimes I can't shut up about decks. So, I'm gonna try to make it so you can see as less of my room as possible because I live a very messy lifestyle. Which means my room's a mess. Very much a mess. I'm not ashamed, I just don't think anyone needs to see that. So basically, what's in front of me right now is I don't do shelves with tarot. Originally I did a drawer system, but the top shelf kind of was starting to get full, and I was mostly using the shelves to store my comics, and then I stored my comics in a different shelf system. No, wait. I stored them in the shelf system in my closet at first, but I wanted them in the one that was closer to me, which I stored my comics in, so I kind of flip-flopped them. And then eventually I was like, you know what, this has been out in the kitchen / basically where you enter the house area, and it's been in there for years, and this is mine, and so I finally was like, yo mom, help me drag it in my room, I'll make some space for it. And so it's actually right next to my desk, my computer desk. And yeah, so this is what I've been using to store my decks. Not as much lately because I've been planning on this video, so all of my decks have been out. But yes, so if you go inside, OMGG, it's so dark. Let me turn a light on. So, if you look inside, you can see I store, my phone, store all my books inside. Also, I also have the Clow, which is the card captor cards, because I did find the system to use to read with them for divination. I just haven't learned it yet. So, I just been keeping them with the books because it's, you know, a bookcase for the decks. And then the drawers, which, let me open one. These drawers are what I was using to store the decks and the bags, while right in front of here, is what I've been using to store the ones that come in boxes, like the Cosmo Tarot and Cosmic Tarot, yes, Cosmo Tarot and Oracle, and Mystical Manga Tarot, or Mythical Manga Tarot. I cannot talk today, apparently. So they go right here, and then the more bag ones go in these drawers. And there's 3 drawers. Obviously, there's no decks in here right now because I have them all pulled out. Oh, well, then this drawer, which this stuff's probably going to get moved to here or the bottom drawer, and probably maybe even my closet. Especially this, which runes, I Ching coins that I got like I don't even know. And this stuff's probably gonna go in the closet. I just wanted it in here because I didn't know where to put it at first. And then there's a bottom drawer, and right now there's just my instruction booklet for the tarot deck I made. But this is usually where I store the oracle decks. So yes, this is where I store the decks until I run out of space, and then I'll probably start storing them in my one drawers. Or I could even do it in my dresser, because I have tons of drawers in there that I don't even use. But yeah, I've been storing them in here. And then if you actually go up This is my phone. This is the reading space that I have. Because all of my decks have been stacked on here, like, waiting to do this video, I don't have anything really on here except for my scarf that's been sitting here and my notebook that I was just using. And, of course, my phone, because I just put this up here. And I don't use a tarot cloth. Instead, while I was up on campus and had some friends, we played Magic the Gathering a lot. So this is actually a playing card mat for Magic the Gathering. This is Jace. I don't really play the game anymore, but this is actually, you know, made to protect cards. So I decided, who needs a tarot cloth when I can just look at Jace while doing readings? So yeah, I use this when I start actually having all my decks away, and I start I don't know, actually being able to use this space. I'll put crystals out for, 'cause all of my decks kind of told me, because I asked them all which crystals they like, and I'll pull out the crystals that they like the most. Probably, I don't know, maybe put them here and here and here, you know. But yes, this is the reading space, and then in here is where I store them. And then I'm going to cut this over, because I don't know. Yeah, I'll cut it over just to make my room as least seen. So I will be back in just a second, and I will be back from editing. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, and so before I actually get to the decks, you'll notice that when I get to them, most of them I keep in bags. So where are all the boxes? These lovely boxes that have been in all these other videos? They're in my closet. Because it's like, look how cute this is. Like, this cute box, and it's already kind of, you know, stretched out a bit, just because I like to carry my decks with me. And at least once a week, I usually go over to my Nana's house. And so I gotta bring a couple of decks with me, and I just kind of, you know, put them in my cheeseburger backpack. Yes, it's a cheeseburger backpack. It's from the show Steven Universe. And so the bag thing kind of started because I had, like, actually this one, literally these two, the Shadowscapes and the Steampunk. And the boxes, like, as you can see, they were getting so beat up. So I moved to the bag system. So, yeah, that's why. That and, like, certain ones, like, the Sherlock Holmes Tarot, which I love that deck. And Wildwood Tarot is another one. Even the Steampunk Tarot, how the boxes kind of come with the decks, like, separated in half. I hate it when it does that. The Astaro Tarot is still currently in its box. I might put that one in a bag because I have enough bags now that I can put that one in a bag. Cosmic Tarot and Oracle. Or Cosmo Tarot and Oracle. Maybe. It's annoying for me to pull out. And then, of course, it just actually happens to be, like, right next to my altar. I keep my altar in my closet just because it's space. I'm messy, so I don't have a lot of space. Yep. Even Script made it in the video. But yes, now I will cut to the actual decks. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I have all of them pulled out on top of their boxes and bags just so I can show them. And if you could see, this is a flag. I have to vacuum. And of course, I don't want my decks getting dirty. So I pulled out one of my all-time low flags, and they're, like I did with the last video, and all the decks are sitting on this. Which also makes it so you can't see how dirty the floor is. So I'm just gonna walk around and kind of just show what the decks are. I'm also including the Oracle and the Lenormand decks. I know it's just tarot, but, like, I don't have that many Oracle decks or Lenormand decks. And I was going to include them in a tech collection video anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and show them. Just not really talk about them. So, I guess I'll start at the top. If I can get over here. So, this is, it's such a long title, The Mythic Oracle Wisdom of the Ancient Greek Pantheon. And of course, Athena's on top. Love her. I'm an Athena Yeah, she's my goddess, so obviously she's on top. Angelarium, the Chicoli Oracle, and then right here we got a tarot. That's the Star Tarot. As you can see, it's freaking gorgeous, but it's hard for me to connect with it, so I haven't used it much. That, and I hate the box. It's a nice box, but I hate taking the deck out of it. And then right here we have the Mystical Manga Tarot, which is also really pretty. Hate the cardstock, but I can work with it. These two decks right here are the Cosmic Oracle and the Cosmos. I always want to say Cosmic. The Cosmos Oracle and the Cosmos Tarot, which I'm blocking the light, are really, really, really pretty. Each one has a... Ooh, that's upside down. I'm gonna drop everything. Each one has a different artist, and it blends so well together. I love this one. It's that deck. I don't really use the Oracle, but it's that deck that's like, yo man, I got information to tell you, and you gotta know this. Forget everything else you want to know. You gotta know this information. And I love its personality. My brother does too. And then I've got the Fountain Tarot. It's a newer one, and I didn't think I'd ever get it because I didn't care for it, like looking at videos and stuff. But then I saw it in the store, and I was like, yes, I'm getting it. I need it now. I have some cash. I'm gonna be broke, but I have some cash. It's not like I pay bills. I just live with my mom and my brother, and I do college full time, so it doesn't matter. And then the Prismavisions. Whoop, that's my foot. I am so sorry. The Prismavisions Tarot. I love this deck. I love it. It's one of my favorites. It's so beautiful. The backs are beautiful. It's just a beautiful deck. And, sorry, I was a weird leg position. My mom has already pre-ordered because she wanted that deck, and then Light Visions 2nd edition just came out for its pre-order, so I'm gonna be getting that, and Mom's getting both, and then the other Prismavisions is going to my friend for Christmas. Okay, so next we've got the Halloween Oracle. I haven't really used it much. The Wild Unknown. I haven't really used it much, but I've been wanting to use it more lately. It's like, the cardstock doesn't bother me as much now. I know like a lot of people are like, yes, it's matte. It feels good. I don't really like how matte feels. It feels really weird against my hands. And so, even though I liked it, and originally I didn't think I'd get it, but then I was like, it's on sale. Okay, I need this deck. So I got it. And then I wanted to use it for a while, and then I didn't. And just, now I want to use it again. The matte's not bothering me as much, probably since I got the Fountain Tarot, and that one's matte too, so I've gotten a bit more used to the feeling. So yeah, I was actually playing a solitaire game with it earlier, so I'll start reading a bit more with it. Okay, this next one, the name's long, is Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides Oracle Cards. This one and the other one up there. Oops. I got, like, years ago. I think I got them when I was, like, in 8th grade. And I'm 22 now. And I got them when I was in 8th grade. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll get them. Maybe I could learn how to read oracle cards because tarot would be too hard. And then I like never used them because I just didn't understand how oracle cards work. And I still don't really use oracle cards that much just because to me they're kind of like a broad picture. So like I use them for themes, and then the tarot cards are like the more specific stuff. And that one and the one other one, which I'll get to, I really haven't used, but I feel like specifically with the other one I've been wanting to kind of maybe use. I don't really read with oracle cards, so it's kind of hard to get in to use. Okay, so I'll go ahead and move up. Okay, I got the Zombie Tarot. I never thought I'd get this one either, but I got it for the month of October. I got it because I play Final Fantasy XIV, and in that game, the guilds are called free companies. And in our free company, we were gonna have a Halloween party. It kind of happened, but it wasn't really much of a party because it kept getting postponed, and then Cammie, like, couldn't make it, and she's the one that wanted to do it. And so, basically, when Cammie could do it, we kind of just, me, Cammie, Telf was there, he's our free company leader, and I think maybe 2 or 3 other people, we kind of just all went to, Limsa Lominsa, and just kind of were like, hey guys, we're gonna have a late Halloween party, because it was, like, November 2nd. Anyone can, like, come over and just talk. And that's basically what it was. We had, like, all the Moogles dancing and around Cammie, and they're, like, saying they were summoning Satan, and Cammie was Satan. It was just kind of crazy, and I just kind of sat there I felt like I needed to be there because I said I'd be there, but I didn't really want to be there, and I kind of just, what did I do? I think I just played games on my phone the whole time. And just kind of read what everyone was saying, but I didn't participate because I don't like talking to people. Especially in, like, stuff like that. There's nothing really to talk about. I'm not a party person. So next, Celtic Lenormand. Still can't really read a Grand Tableau, but I can do a 9 card spread. And this one's the Fairy Lenormand. This one I don't really use because the cards are so big. But, like, while I was at the store, like, this deck was like, buy me. So I did. I can't hold back. And then we've got the Earth Magic Oracle cards. This is the other one that I got when I was, like, in 8th grade. I feel like I'd use it more than the other one, but still, I haven't really used it. Those two don't even have nicknames, and I, like, nickname all of my decks. Don't have nicknames for them because, yeah. Okay, so this one is the Steampunk Tarot, Wisdom from the Gods of the Machine, I think is the full title. It's a long title. I got this one after I got the Sherlock Holmes Tarot, which the Sherlock Holmes Tarot is one of my favorite decks. And the same 2 people that did the Sherlock Holmes Tarot made this one. And so I got this one. It wasn't expensive or anything. It's a cheap deck, so I got this one. I trimmed it like a lot, and I even edged it. If you saw the Zombie Tarot, I edged that one. I really like how Kelly from The Truth and Story edged it all messily, so I kind of did the same thing because that deck needs it to be like that. It's perfect. Next, this is Book of Shadows So Below. I don't have As Above because I don't really like that deck. This one is my least used deck. I think I've only done the interview with it because my dad got it for me, and it was on my to get list, but it was on the bottom, and I gave him the list because he wanted to get me one. I think it was a holiday, and he just happened to get me this one because it was the easiest and cheapest one to get. And I'm not really called to use it. Maybe eventually, because I did want it, and I was called at first. But not now. And this is the Golden Tarot of Klimt. I don't use this one much either, but I have done it in readings with my brother, because my brother really likes the artwork. And I let him choose whatever decks he wants to be read with. We kind of go off each other when we're reading. So it's almost like a joint reading. It's really I love doing readings with my brother. The Mystical Cats Tarot. This one I couldn't use for a while after I edged it and really messed up the edging. But since then, I've made the edges brown, so I feel like I can use it. I just haven't really used it since. Here's the Paulina Tarot. And, I love this deck. My issue was, it was probably, what number was that? Maybe my 5th deck? 4th, 5th, or 6th, something like that. And I love the artwork, but I could not use it for the longest time. It wasn't until some months ago where I decided, you know what, I've looked at the cards enough, even though I don't really read with it. I know what each card is. I'm just going to trim all of the borders off. And once I did that, I can read with it now. And I love that deck. Of course, I love the Sherlock Holmes Tarot. This is the extra card that comes with it. I love this deck. It's one of my favorites. He's just such a gentleman, you know? He's my William. He's my William. Right here, this is the first Lenormand deck that I got. It's the, Easy Lenormand. That's the, oh, crap. Medieval Cat's Tarot, that's the name of it. The Medieval Cat's Tarot. Haven't used it too much, but it's cute, it's cute. Black Cat's Tarot. This one was also one of my first ones. I got this one before the Paulina one. I got it around the same time I got the Sherlock Holmes Tarot. I think I actually ordered them together, you know, to get free shipping. And I like this deck a lot too. I used it a lot when I got it, but I haven't used it as much, just because I've gotten a lot more decks since then. But I do really love this deck. He's kind of sassy. And then, of course, here is my absolute favorite deck. It's my first deck, and I love it. I've shown it off, like, quite a bit in other videos. Like, it's the Justice League Tarot. Literally, the Knight of Cups in this deck is the reason that I decided to go for tarot. And boy, am I glad. Okay, so down here, where's, oh, there we go. The Triomphe de Luna. It's my first and only Marseille deck. Because I'm still kind of learning. I'm still learning Marseille, but the deck's kind of like, yo, it's okay, you're learning with me. I'll make sure that it's easier to interpret. And I'm like, cool. You nice. Like, I don't really care for his artwork. I don't like the triangle boobs. They bother me. Which is why I've never gotten the Deviant Moon Tarot. Maybe one day, I don't know. But this deck, like, as soon as I was holding it, I was like, oh, we're gonna get along. I can tell. And it's cool. It's cool. You're cool. The Nicoletta Ciccoli Tarot is one of my favorite decks. I love this deck. I love reading with this deck. Like, the messages it gives, it's very clear to me. And I just love this deck. Then we got the Steampunk Tarot, and actually right next to it is the Shadowscapes Tarot. This was the second deck I ever got, and this is the third deck that I ever got. Which I got, like, probably like a week after Christmas. This one I got for Christmas last year. This one was like a week after Christmas. And I really like these two decks. This one's the one that I mostly use to learn, because Justice League Tarot, I see you, did not come with a book. And Shadowscapes not really easy for beginners. Some of the cards I found really easy to read, some of the ones I didn't. This one's very much kind of like the Rider-Waite system, so like the imagery, so this one's the one I learned mostly on. And then some of these cards kind of was easier for me, and then obviously with some of the superheroes, that one would be easy. Like, Six of Pentacles even just on top, like, that's Green Arrow, like, that makes complete sense, so I get it. Okay, this is the Hobbit Tarot, which I've completely trimmed as well. It's a good deck. He's nice. I don't use it too much, but I like it. He cool. And then this deck, I've already showed it off, but it's like, why might this deck not be familiar if no one else is, you know, unless you haven't seen my other videos. That's because this is the deck that I made. There's only 2 copies in existence. One I gave to the actual band, and then my copy. Because this is the all-time low tarot. And each of the majors is based on one of their songs. This is Painting Flowers, which is the moon. It's my favorite moon card. You know, and then each of the minors are based on a different album. So this is the artwork supposed to be based around like Future Hearts. It's not my best artwork, but I drew 95 pictures in total, including 4 of them are portraits. So, and I kind of did it as fast as I could, so it would be ready by the concert. So obviously it's not going to be the best. Okay, so here is my first playing card kit deck I got for Cartomancy. It's the A Game's Afoot, and it's a Sherlock Holmes playing card, and every single card is illustrated, and it's great. And then we've got the Aro-Tarot. I love this deck. It's so cute, and it gives great readings. It's adorable. I love it. Okay, then we've got the Future Vision Gem Tarot, which I love this deck. It's so nice. It's playful. It's great, and it's all the images and characters. They're like Steven Universe, which literally my cheeseburger backpack's right there. But yes, I love this. It's so great. And then we've got the Dreaming Away Tarot, which is kind of like my current squish. Which I love this deck as well. It's great. Tarot of Vampires. I haven't really read with the deck that much, but I thought that when I got it, because I got it for the book, but then when I looked at the deck, I'm like, you know what? And I did the interview, I'm like, oh, I could read with this. I didn't think I could. I thought it was going to be like that deck that I really didn't use. But no, I can read with it. I was actually also using this one to play a solitaire game that I kind of learned from YouTube. So yeah. Then we've got the Wildwood Tarot, which I've trimmed the edges off. And this one, I don't like have the system memorized, but even if I have to look in the book for it, like, it's very clear. And so then, here, I just got this today. And I have to show it off. This is Phantom of the Opera playing cards, and I love the Phantom of the Opera. This is based on the book, which I love the book. Oop. These are the opera jokers. You've got the other jokers. Eric dressed as the Red Death. Eric unmasked. The Ace of Spades, they did the design like this. This is the backs, and it's gilded. Where's some of the face cards? There we go. The face cards are different characters from it. Here, I'll just let me see if I can get Eric out. Yes, there he is. So like there's Eric, the Phantom. But yes, I love these. Like, I'm sorry, A Game's Afoot, but I'm probably gonna use this one a lot while I'm learning Cartomancy. Okay, so the only other I kind of have 2 other decks. One is a really cheap, like, dollar store deck. It's in my closet because I cannot read with it. I had to trim it just because the Hanged Man was spelled wrong. Not even hanged. That word was spelled right. No, it was T-E-H. And I'm like, I'm trimming it. I cannot handle that. But the cardstock is the slipperiest thing. It can't even just stand up. It just automatically just goes, because it's just so slippery. But it's in my closet, and if I meet someone that wants to learn tarot, and I feel like, and they can't afford a deck, and I feel like that they can have the deck, I'm going to give it to them, because I can't read with it. And then I got another deck today. My dad's like, oh, one of that decks I got you came, because from the experience of, that one right there, and also that dollar store one that he got me, you might learn that Dad's terrible at getting me decks. See, well, Mom and Nana and stuff, they're kind of like, okay, Des, what decks do you want? You can go ahead and order them yourself, because we don't know. So, he has been buying a lot of stuff on Wish for, like, a while now. And so he got me 2 decks on Wish. One of them came today, and he dropped it off, and the other one, I don't know when it's gonna come, but Did I ask for the decks? No. Actually, this one deck, I'm just gonna show it, you know. This one's actually on my list. But I'm still gonna have to get it on my list because what is this one? It's a knockoff deck of the Animal Totem Tarot. And it's easier to see how bad, like, let me see, can I find one of, like, you can kind of see it, like, with this one. I don't know if you could actually see it, like, on the video, but you can tell very much that they were scanned. And then, of course, it's in Chinese and English. And there's, like, 2 extra just completely blank cards. The card stock's not bad. I don't know if I'd read with this, though, just because it's a knockoff deck. I do not like knockoff decks. Like, this one doesn't feel as not being able to read with it as, like, that other one. It's just, I don't know, like, when a deck's made with, like, love and passion and not, you know, like, money, like, just selling a knockoff deck, I can tell, you know? And even, like, a dollar store deck, like, I can tell that it's not, like, as passionate as, like, maybe something like this where, like, obviously they cared so much when they were making this. But I feel like this one's not as, like, I may be able to read with it. I don't know how much I'd read with it, though, just because, you know, it's a knockoff deck. We'll see if that other deck he got me on, which is a knockoff deck or not. Because he ordered me, the Good Tarot, which I originally never wanted because if you can see my hands, and, like, let's compare it to, this, like, I don't have big hands. So, certain decks, even like this one, like before I trimmed it, was hard for me to shuffle. Oracle decks are kind of hard to shuffle. The Good Tarot, that's a big deck. It's gonna be really hard to shuffle. That's why I didn't want it. But I'm getting it. We'll see if it's a knockoff or not. And then I do have one other deck that's on the way, which I'm gonna do a walkthrough of because, especially since I tried finding a walkthrough of this deck when I stumbled across it, and I can't find a walkthrough of it on YouTube. The only pictures I could really find, even on Google, were the pictures that the artist posted on her Facebook. So I'm definitely gonna show that deck off when it comes. It said it's expected to get here, what, like, 28th, like Tuesday, but, you know, we'll see. But yeah, this is still way longer than I wanted. But yeah, these are all of my decks, and you didn't get too much of a messy room. But yeah, I'll just end this as here. Thank you for the tag. I love being able to do the tags. And I was already planning on doing a video, so yeah, I luckily did not go through every single freaking card. I just talked about them. But yeah, thanks for the tag. I skimmed through one of the other ones. I put them in my watch later. I'm gonna watch them later. Probably while I'm editing this, so yep. So thanks again. And this was Des from Aro-Tarot, and I am logging off.